the three key things that I think that your work boils down to so far that I've learned is, from you as your student is, number one, the utmost importance of projecting, as you mentioned, that 100% unconditional love, acceptance of the creature, even the unwanted behavior. That is always pervasive in all of your online teachings, that 100% projecting that acceptance and love, like, that divine mother energy to the creature, even the unwanted stuff. And then you can work on the behavior later, but initially accepting it. The second thing that I feel like your work always teaches is respect. Like you said, the alpha is not the dominant, the aggressive one, like just do it because I said so and don't ask questions, type attitude, that aggressive behavior. It's more always respecting the animal. And you've taught us as your students in connecting with animals to ask them questions. You're not always telling them. You're not their superior and teaching them, this is what's good for you. And don't go, like you said, don't go in the street because you might get hit. It's more like, how are you feeling today? What are you needing? What's your favorite toy? You've taught us to ask questions, which was a whole new revelation for me. And lastly, your teachings talk about, so important, is ultimately how to receive and how to listen. You teach people the importance of listening and receiving rather than projecting. And that, again, all these things that I just mentioned, unconditional love and acceptance, asking them how they're feeling and needing so you can connect with the feeling, and how to receive and listen. Those are all the feminine qualities of life and in all of us, and the appropriateness for you to be on my show. So I just wanted to share that with you, that's some of why I'm so grateful for your teachings, because those three things have really changed the game for me.
Wow. Well, you're bringing new revelations to me right now, because what I'm feeling, and I've never quite seen it as clearly as I'm seeing it now. There are repercussions to the women's lib movement.
Mm-hmm.
And we're being taught that we have to act like men.
Mm-hmm.
And we won't succeed in business, and we have to constantly crack a whip over ourselves, and we have to drive ourselves, and we have to get these high-paying corporate jobs, and we have to look perfect as we do it, and also be the perfect wife and have the perfect kids. And first of all, that's ridiculous. And also be a good parent to your dog, your cat, your horse. And what I'm seeing women do is bite off more than they can chew and get completely overwhelmed, so that their nerves are raw. And the next thing you know, they don't want to act that way toward their children or their dog. They don't want to. And we're being told, you can do it all. Well, first of all, that's a lie. And why should we diminish ourselves to act male when in fact the whole new energy, the whole Christess consciousness, the goddess consciousness, is a new version of female. It's not subordinate to men. It's not the 1950s. It's a new relationship. And that relationship of being able to support and love each other, for women to support and love each other, to be able to know we won't succeed if we don't join forces. We can't be competitive with each other. We can't be catty and hateful with each other. We're not going to get anywhere. It takes a village. You might need 10 women coming together to form the vision of what you want from your life. But this connection to nature, and the female energy is cyclical. It's breathing. So energy goes out into the world and energy retreats. This is what your breath is doing. It's cycling. And if we don't allow those cycles, that's when if your animal is already taking a nap and encouraging you to take a nap. Maybe you're going to have a dream or a vision or something magical happen in your meditation and your third eye opens, and that might be the moment that you hear that animal speak inside your brain for the first time in your life. That's the activation. That's moving into the other 96% of our being that we don't use. So maybe I use 5% instead of 4%. And that enables you to be telepathic. You can see pictures, you can hear words, you see movie clips, what upset this animal, what's going on inside of her body, what kind of illness is this? And then it branches off and it goes into all these different patterns, these beautiful patterns.